Hello students, welcome to Tunga Online classes. Today in this class we shall continue the 1 and 2 marks questions based on index number. Here we have already discussed up to 27 questions. Today I am going to start 20th question. State the condition required to satisfy time reversal test. 28. State the condition required to satisfy time reversal test. Okay, here what is the time reversal test? It is the product of given price index number and new price index number should be equal to 1. It is the product of given price index number and new price index number should be equal to 1. Here the TID condition is P naught 1 into Q naught 1 equal to 1. P naught 1 into P naught 1 into P1 naught equal to 1. Here is the product of given price index number is what? P naught 1 and P1 naught is the new price index number. It is equal to 1. Here condition is P naught 1 into P1 naught equal to 1. The next 29. Name the index number which satisfies TRT. Name the index number which satisfies TRT. That is, it is the product of price index number and quantity index number should be equal to value index number. Here P naught 1 into Q naught 1 equal to P naught 1. It is the product of price index number and quantity index number should be equal to value index number. That is okay. The next 30th question. State the condition required to satisfy factor reversal test. Sorry. It is the 30th answer. Here, state the condition required to satisfy factor reversal test is P naught 1 into Q naught 1 equal to P naught 1. The next 29th. Name the index number which satisfies TRT. Name the index number which satisfies TRT. Okay, here Marshall Edgeworth index number satisfies TRT. Marshall index number, Fisher's index number, and Kelly's price index number satisfies TRT. They are asking only one. That is, name the index number satisfies TRT. Okay, it will be Marshall index number or Fisher's index number. Fisher's index number or Kelly's price index number. Kelly's price index number. Here, Marshall index number or Fisher's index number or Kelly's. You have to write any one. Name the index number satisfies TRT. You have to write any one. Okay. The next question, 31. Name the index number which satisfies FRD. Name the index number which satisfies FRD. Only Fisher's index number satisfies FRD. Answer is 31. Answer is Fisher's index number. Fisher's index number. Only the Fisher's index number satisfies FRD. Okay, the next 32. Name the index number which satisfies both TRT and FRD. Name the index number which satisfies both TRT and FRD. Only the Fisher's index number satisfies both TRT and FRD. Answer. It is also Fisher's index number. 32 answer. Fisher's index number. It is also Fisher's index number. The next 33. Does Marshall index number satisfies TRT? Yes. Answer is yes. Here the TRT. Okay, here Marshall index number, Fisher's and Kelly's price index number satisfies TRT. Okay, does not satisfy Laspers, Passage and Dornish index. Here they are asking, does Marshall index number satisfies TRT? Answer yes or no. You are right. Yes or no. The answer is yes. The next 34th. Does Marshall index number satisfies FRD? Here the FRD satisfies only Fisher's price index number. It does not satisfy Laspers, Passage, Dornish, Marshall index number and Kelly's price index number. It satisfies only Fisher's index number. Therefore, answer is no. Does the Marshall index number satisfies FRD? Answer is no. Next 35. Name the index number which satisfies circular test. Name the index number which satisfies circular test. Here, simple geometric mean of Fry's relative or Kelly's Fry's index number or Kelly's fixed weight. Kelly's fixed weight. Here they are asking name the index number which satisfies circular test. Here the circular test satisfies simple geometric mean of Fry's relative or Kelly's fixed weight. If you have to write any one answer, if you have simple geometric mean of Fry's relative or Kelly's, better you have to write Kelly's fixed weight or Kelly's index number. Okay. The next problem number. Next question 36. Which index number shows upward bias? Which index number shows upward bias? Okay. We have already discussed that totally two types of biases are there. One is upward bias and another one is downward bias. Here, which index number shows upward bias? The last pair's index number shows upward bias. Answer is 36. Last pair's index number shows upward bias. Answer is last pair's index number shows upward bias. The next 37. Why passes index number shows downward bias? Why passes index number shows downward bias? One more question. Why passes index number shows downward bias? Here the last pair's index number shows upward bias and passes index number shows downward bias. Here the passes index number shows downward bias. Here one more question. Why passes index number shows downward bias? Here the current year quantities are taken in passes index number. Which uses base year quantities are taken as weights because the greater variation of price will pay, the greater variation of price will pay lesser weightages than needed. So the passage index number shows downward bias. Passage index number shows downward bias. Here the passage index number which uses the current year quantities. So current year, not base, it is the current year quantity. Current year quantities are taken as weights because the greater variation of price will pay lesser weightages than needed. So passage index number shows downward bias. Okay, the next 38th problem, 38th question. Why Fisher's index number is free from bias? Why Fisher's index number is free from bias? Why Fisher's index number is free from bias? Answer. Here the Fisher's index number is the geometric mean, which is considered as the best average for averaging ratios. So it is a free from bias. Or Fisher index number which takes both current year and base year quantities are used as a weights. So it is free from bias. See here. Here it is Fisher's index number is a geometry. Fisher's index number is a geometric mean which is considered as a appropriate average for averaging ratios. Here Fisher's index number is a geometric mean which is considered as the appropriate average for averaging ratios. So it is free from bias. So it is a free from bias. Here the Fisher's index number is a geometric mean which is considered as the best average. Geometric mean is the best average for averaging ratios. So it is a free from bias. The next 39th, define consumer price index number. Define consumer price index number. Here consumer price index number is also called as cost of living index number. Consumer price index number is also called as cost of living index number. The answer. Here the cost of living index number is the index number, or consumer price index number is the consumer price index number is the index number. Consumer price index number is the index number of the cost met by specified class of consumers in buying basket of goods and services. In buying basket of goods and services is called consumer price index number. Here consumer price index number is the index number of the cost made by specified class of consumers in buying basket of goods and services. Here the term the basket of goods and services means the goods and services needed in day-to-day life of specified class of consumers. Here the goods and services are needed in specified class of consumers. Okay, it is a 39th answer. The next 40th, which price of the commodities is used in the construction of cost of living index number? Which commodities is used in the construction of cost of living index number? Okay, cost of living index number, that is consumer price index number. See here, while constructing consumer price index number, retail prices of various commodities are to be collected. While constructing the consumer price index number, the relative prices of various commodities are collected. Means your answer is relative price. Retail price. Here, which price of the commodities is used in the construction of cost of living index number is retail price. Answer is retail price. Okay, so it is 40th. Next 41. State the formula for calculating CPI by family budget method. State the formula for calculating CPI by family budget method. Here CPI by family budget method is CPI equal to sum of WP by sum of W. CPI equal to sum of WP by sum of W. Answer. The next 48 to state the formula for calculating CPI by aggregate expenditure method. You have to write the formula for calculating CPI by aggregate expenditure method. That is, here the aggregate expenditure method based on last pass. It is similar to last pass method. Here in aggregate expenditure method, base year quantities are taken as weights. Means you have to apply last pass formula, that is sum of P1 Q0 by sum of P0 Q0 into 100. It is a CPI by aggregate expenditure method. Okay, these are the 1 marks questions. Okay, next we shall discuss we shall start 2 marks questions based on index number. Okay, here up to we have discussed 1 marks question 42. Okay, here 43, 44, 45 and 46 problems are 2 marks questions based on the theory questions. That is index number. What is the index number? Write any 2 uses of index number. Write any 2 demerits of index number, or write any 2 characteristics of index number. Okay, we have already discussed. I am going to start directly. 47th question. Here 47th question is price index for the current year with respect to base year is 140. Price index for the current year with respect to base year is 140. If the price of a commodity in the base year is 60, then what would be the price in the current year? It is very important question. It is a 2 marks question. It is a 2 marks question. Price index for the current year with respect to base year. Price index for the current year with respect to base year means here they are given P01. Price index for the current year with respect to base year means they are given P01 value is 140. P01 value is 140. The next, if the price of a commodity in the base year is 60, the price of a commodity in the base year is 60. Price of the commodity in the base year is 60. Then what would be the price in the current year? If price of a commodity in the base year, okay, that is P0 value is base year is 60. Then what would be the price in the current year? Here they are asking you have to find P1 value. Okay, here you have to apply formula, that is P01 equal to P1 by P0 into 100. You have to apply price relative formula, that is P01 equal to P1 by P0 into 100. Then substitute the values. P0 value is 140 and P1 value is, you have to find P0 value 60 into 100. Okay, here you have to simplify. Here 140 into 60 is 8400 equal to 100 P1. P1 value, therefore P1 equal to 8400 divided by 100. Then we get P1 equal to what? 84. P1 is 84. It is a 2 marks question. Price index for the current year with respect to base year is 140. That is P0 value is 140. And if the price of a commodity in the base year is 60, you have to find the current year, that is P1 value. You have to apply price relative formula, that is P0 equal to sum of P1 plus Q1 by P0 into 100. That's how the values are generated. P1 equal to 84. The next question 48. It is also 2 marks question. Quantity relative for the current year is 250 if the number of quantity produced in the current year is 120. Quantity relative for the current year. Okay, quantity relative for the current year is 250. If the number of quantity produced in the current year is 120, then find the quantity produced in the base year. Answer 48. Here quantity relative for the current year is 250. Means here that given Q01 value is 250. And if the number of quantity produced in the current year, okay, actually the quantity related for the current year with respect to base year is 250. Okay. The next, if the number of quantity produced in the current year is 120, that is Q1 equal to 120. Then find the quantity produced in the base year. You have to find the Q naught value. Okay, here Q1 is 120. How to find Q naught value? Substitute formula. Here Q naught 1 equal to Q1 by Q naught into 100. Here Q naught value is 250. 250 equal to Q1 value 120 and Q naught value we don't know into 100. Here 250 Q naught equal to 12,000. Therefore Q naught equal to 12,000 divided by 250. Here 1200 divided by 25 is 48. Therefore Q naught equal to 48. Here Q naught value is 48. Here the problem is based on quantity index number. It is actually quantity related for the current year with respect to base year is 250. That is Q naught is 250. The number of quantity produced in the current year is 120. Then find the quantity produced in the base year. That is Q naught equal to find apply formula and substitute the values. Okay. The next 49th question. Mention the steps involved in the construction of general price index number. Mention the steps involved in the general price level index number. You have to mention. Okay. Here, what are the steps involved in the general price level index number? Okay, here general price level index number is big, but only index number. Steps involved in the index number. Here, the first step is defining purpose of the index number. First step is defining purpose of the index number. Second one, selection of the base period. The next third one is selection of items or commodities. Fourth one is obtaining price quotations. Fifth one is choice of an average. Sixth one, suitable formal weights, selection of weights, and lastly selection of suitable formulas. Here there are totally 7 steps are there. First one is what? Purpose of the index number. Second one is selection of base period. Third one is selection of commodities or items. Fourth one is obtaining price quotations. Fifth one is choice of an average. Sixth one is suitable. Here selection of weights, and last seventh one is selection of suitable formula. The next, what is meant by base period and current year? That is also very important. What is the base year and current year? Here the base year. What is the base year? The year selected for the comparison is called base year. The year selected for the current year is called base year. Then what is the current year? The year for which current year. The year for which base year, the year for which current year is required. Current year is required is called current year. What is the base year? The year selected for the comparison is called as base year. The year for which comparisons are required. The year for which comparisons are required. Not current year, comparisons are required. The year for which comparisons are required is called as current year. The next 51. State two norms. Norms means considerations. State two norms for selection of base period. State the two norms for the selection of base period. Here, the base period is always taken as 100. Here they are asking, state the two norms for the selection of base period. Here the first one is base year should be 51. First base year should be the base year should be economically stable, economically stable. First one is what? Condition is what? Base year should be economically stable. Second one, base year should not be too distant from the current year. We have already discussed while steps over the index number. That is second step is selection of base period. Here the two norms are base year should be economically stable. Second one is base year should not be too distant from the current year. Okay. The next 56. Why Fisher's index number is called as ideal index number? Why Fisher's index number is called as ideal index number? It is also a very important question. It is a very important 56th 2 marks question, 100% fixed question. Why Fisher's index number is called as ideal index number? Here answer is it is a geometric mean. It is a geometric mean which is considered as a best average for averaging ratios. Here geometric mean is the best average for geometric mean is considered as the best average for averaging ratios. Second one, it takes into account both current year and base year quantities are taken as weights. Takes into account both the current year and base year quantities are taken as weights. Third one, it is free from bias. Fourth one, it satisfies both TRT and FRT. It satisfies both TRT and FRT. It satisfies both TRT and FRT. Okay, these are the conditions for ideal index number. That is why Fisher's index number is called as an ideal index number. Here the first condition is it is a geometric mean which is considered as the best average for averaging ratios. Second one is it takes into account both current year and base year quantities are taken as weights. And third one is it is free from bias. Fourth one is it is satisfies both TRT and FRT. Here only the geometric mean satisfies both TRT and FRT. So the index numbers are called as ideal index number. Okay, next 57th question. If Laspers index number is 142.3, if Laspers quantity index number is 142.3 and passes index number is 144.1, find Darvish-Gowles index and Fisher's index number. Answer. Here, if Laspers index is 142.3 means here given that is P01L. Laspers index number is 142.3. Okay, and passage index number is that is P01P. It is denoted by P01P. It is equal to 144.1. Find Darvish-Gowles index. Here you have to apply the relation between passage, Laspers and Darvish. That is P01 dB equal to 1 by 2 into P01L plus P01P. P01 dB equal to 1 by 2 into P01L plus P01P. Then substitute the values. 1 by 2 into P01 value is what? 142.3 plus P01P value is 144.1 and simplify. Here 142.3 plus 144.1 is 286.4. 286.4 divided by 2. Then we get 143.2. Here it is a Darvish-Bowles price index number is 143.2. It is also very important question. It is a 2 marks question. Okay, the next 58. If P0 on P is 270, if P0 on P is 270 and P0 on DB is 265.4, then find P0 on L. Here the given data is 58. P0 on P is 270 and P0 on DB is 265.4. Then find P0 on L. You have to find NASCAR's price index number. Apply the relation, that is the P0 on DB equal to 1 by 2 into P0 on L plus P0 on P. P0 on P. Then substitute the values. P0 on DB value is what? 265.4 into 1 by 2. P0 on L is what? 2. Okay, we don't know. P0 on L plus P0 on P value is 270. Then you have to simplify. Then you get the answer. That is 265.4 into 2 is 530.8 equal to P0 on L plus 270. Okay, here 530.8 minus 270 equal to P0 on L. Then we get 260.8. 260.8 is the P0 on L value. NASCAR's price index number is 260.8. The next 59th question. If P0 on L is 92 and P0 on F is 95, then find P0 on P. Then find P0 on P. Here they are given NASCAR's price index number. P0 on L is 92 and P0 on P F is 95. Find P0 on P. Passage you have to find. Apply the Fisher's, NASCAR's and passage relation. That is P0 on F equal to what? Under root of P0 on L into P0 on P. Then substitute the values. P0 on F is what? 95 equal to under root of P0 on L is 92 into P0 on P. Okay, squaring on both the sides, that is 95 square equal to under root of 92 into P0 on P with the whole square. Okay, here 95 square is 9025 equal to 92 into P0 on P. Therefore, P0 on P equal to 9025 divided by 92. Then we get 98.09. Here the passage index number is 98.09. Okay, the next problem number 16. Given sum of P0 Q1 is 300 and sum of P1 Q1 is 375, construct a suitable index number. It is also 2 marks question. Here the sum of P0 Q1 is 300 and sum of P1 Q1 is 375. Construct a suitable index number. It is which index number it is? Here P0 Q1 and P1 Q1. Here they are given current air quantities are taken as weight. Here the current air quantities are taken as weight, means we have to apply passage index number. That is P0 on P equal to sum of P1 Q1 by sum of P0 Q1 into 100. Now substitute the value. Sum of P1 Q1 is 375 divided by sum of P0 Q1 is 300 into 100. Here 375 divided by 300 into 100 is 125. Answer is 125. Okay. The next problem number 61. Given sum of P0 Q1 is 172 and sum of P0 Q1 is 192. Compute a suitable quantity index number. Here the problem is based on quantity index number. Here they are given sum of P0 Q1 is 172 and sum of P0 Q1 is 172 and sum of P1 Q1 is 192. Okay, construct a suitable index number. Here, see, The problem is just the quantity index number. Here the base year prices are taken as weights. Base year prices are taken as weight means you have to apply the quantity last class quantity index number, that is sum of Q1 P naught by sum of Q naught P naught into 100. You have to substitute the values. Q1 P naught is 172 divided by Q naught P naught is 192 into 100. Here 172 divided by 192 into 100 is 89.5. Answer is 89.58. It is quantity last class quantity index number is 89.58. Okay. The next 62, problem number 62. If sum of P naught Q naught is 1100, sum of P naught Q naught is 1100 and sum of P1 Q1 is 1400, compute a suitable index number. Here the problem is based on value index number because there your sum of P, okay, base year price into base year quantity, base current year price into current year quantities. You have to apply value index number formula, that is P naught 1 equal to sum of P1 Q1 by sum of P naught Q naught into 100. The sum of the values, that is 1400 divided by 1100 into 100. Here 1400 divided by 1100 into 100 is 127.27. 127.27. It is a value index number. Okay. Next 63. Write on the steps involved in the construction of consumer price index number. Write on the steps involved in the consumer price index number. Here there are totally 4 steps are there. One is defining purpose and scope. Second one is conducting family budget inquiry. Third one is obtaining price quotation, and fourth one is calculation of index number. The first one is defining the purpose and scope. Second one is obtaining price quotation. Second one is obtaining price quotation, and third one is conducting a family budget method and selecting the weights, and fourth one is index number, calculation of index number. The next 64. Write on 2 uses of consumer price index number. Write on the 2 uses of consumer price index number. Here the first use is index numbers are widely used in wage negotiation and wage contracts. Wage negotiations and wage contracts. It is widely used in wage negotiation and wage contracts. Second one is the consumer price index numbers are widely used in fixation of salary, next grant of bonus to employees, and dearness allowance, that is DA. The totally 5 uses are there. But write any 2 uses, that is index numbers are widely used in wage negotiation and wage contracts, and index numbers are widely used in fixation of salary, grant of bonus to the employees, and dearness allowance. Okay, the next 65. It is the last question. Construct a consumer price index number from the following data. Construct a consumer price index number from the following data. Here they are given items. Group index is denoted by I. Group index is denoted by I and weight is W. Okay, items are ABCD. Group index 100, 120, 130 and 110, and weight 1, 3, 4, 2. Here you have to apply. Here they are given weights. Therefore, you have to use consumer price index number by family budget method, that is CPI equal to sum of WI by sum of W. Here the group index is denoted by I. You have to multiply W into I. 100 into 100, that is 120 into 3, 360, 130 into 4, 5, 20, 110 into 2, 220. Then we want sum of WI 460 plus 520 plus 220 is 1200. Here sum of 8 is 4 plus 8. 4 plus 4 is 8. 8 plus 2 is 10. Here sum of alpha is 1200 divided by 10. Then we get 120. Here consumer of index number is 120. Okay, it's completed index number chapter. In the next class, I am going to start a new chapter, that is interpolation and extrapolation. Thank you.